Good morning and welcome to BOTB HQ in Parsons Green, South West London. My name is Christian Williams, a presenter here at BOTB, and we're here this morning to judge the latest midweek car competition, which ran from the 1st to the 7th of April 2021. And just before I hand over to the lawyer, once again, huge congratulations to last week's winner of the midweek car competition, Dave Ratcliffe, winning that fantastic Tesla Model 3 Plus £30,000. I'd now like to pass over to this morning's lawyer who'll oversee the proceedings this morning.
My name's Alex Bromley-Martin from Onside Law, and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditing company Assets. I would now like today's judges to introduce themselves and, using the secure link provided, mark on the screen where they think the centre of the ball should be. The group will then come to a final panel decision.
Good morning, my name's Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer, and I'm playing on Saturday.
Hi, my name is Kieran Fitzgibbon. I've played football for more than 30 years and am now a senior county referee.
Good morning, my name's Hugh Gilroy. I'm a referee, mentor, tutor and observer.
My name is Chloe Morgan and I'm a goalkeeper for Crystal Palace Women.
Good morning, my name's Andy Braithwaite and I'm a football referee, mentor and licensed observer.
Hi, my name is Matthew Ray. I've affiliated in multiple counties across England, currently in Gloucestershire, and I've refereed from grassroots through to professional academies.
Hi, my name is Harry Mendonca. I've been involved in football for over 30 years, firstly as a player and then as a referee.
Good morning, my name's Roger Wheeler. I'm a referee and I have been refereeing and lining for more than 30 years.
Good morning, my name's Peter Giorgio and I am a football and futsal referee.
Hi, I'm Jenna Scalacci, retired professional footballer. I'm now a head coach in a Tottenham College programme.
Judges, please now come to a final panel decision. For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 10 individual selections.
Thank you very much, Alex. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning. We've got 3 players in shot. There's a player on the right on the photos just on looking. It's not involved in the challenge at all. And there's obviously 2 players involved in the challenge. The ball to me looks like it's coming into the player in red and black. And the player in yellow is behind him and just holding him down. He's sort of holding him on his chest to try and stop him from jumping. I'm looking at it with his arms up slightly to play the ball. I'll draw some lines up. We've got 2 good eyes from this player in red and black, and I think we're pretty much all in agreement that he's looking straight up above him and slightly to his right, ever so slightly. And from this player in yellow at the back, again, we've got 2 good eyes. It's out to Roger here. Actually, no, I will redraw those. Out to Jenna's here. And Roger's here. So we've got a quite a wider spread from the player in yellow's eyes. Jenna, I'll go to you first. I'll highlight yours. Yours is this cross below, and I'll put the magnifier over it. How did you see this challenge and what was happening?
So I agree, the ball's coming into the player in red. I felt his arms and the fact that he was frowning meant that he was trying to get off the ground to meet the ball. So I felt it was a bit closer to him.
Yeah.
I've taken obviously the yellow player's eye line, and I couldn't see any whites underneath his eyes, just on the side. So I felt he was looking across and a bit flatter rather than across and up. So that's why I've gone slightly lower.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And I should say, I think I hadn't said that the ball is slightly out in front of the 2 players. It's sort of dropping in, hence the player in yellow coming over the top of the shoulder. And then Roger, I've highlighted yours there and I'll magnify it. You're highest up and to the left. How did you see the photo?
Well, very, very similar, Matt. I thought both players were on the ground and the ball was sort of dropping in to the red player. And as you said, the yellow player sort of trying to prevent him move. I thought it was possibly dropping down onto his head or possibly onto his chest. And as you said, he's looking slightly to his right. It looks to me I'm a sort of little too much to the right, but I had the ball sort of roughly in the middle of the two of them.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. As lead judge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove Jenna and Rogers because they're away from the main cluster we have. And I will redraw the lines up from the player in yellow to give this much narrower band, which goes through Kieran's at that point, and a couple of then Peter's and Andy's at that point. So it's quite a narrow band. And then again, I will draw up from this player upwards to go again through Kieran's, which makes a very tight sort of cluster. We see Ari's popping out the top. But Kieran, I'll come to you. You're this choice here. I'll highlight you as well. How did you see this challenge and what was happening?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I more or less agree with other people, but to me, I've just taken the eye lines from both players. I think they obviously look as though they tried to contest for the ball, but both of them seem to be firmly fixed on the ball. And so I just drew eye lines like you've got on the screen there and used those as a guide to where the ball was, because I think both players are firmly looking at the ball. Yeah,
great. Thank you very much. Ari, I'll come to you. You're ever so slightly at the top now, in line with, I think, the majority of this. If I just magnify yours, and have you seen this?
Well, sorry, I agree with what everything was said already. I just felt that the ball is in front of the player in red, and I felt that the player in yellow, he has no chance in getting to his ball, and he's trying to go to extreme measures to try to prevent playing red and black to play it. He is all over him.
Yeah.
And his eye line, I felt it was slightly higher. That was the reason.
Yeah, no. Thank you very much indeed. And Hugh, I'll come to you next. I'll highlight yours again and put the magnifier over it. You're just below Aries and ever so slightly to the right. So looking at the picture, how did you see the challenge?
Yeah, very similar. Player in yellow kind of pulling the player in red and black back from challenging for it, and I felt, yes, it's obviously, like we've said before, it's in the foreground, so it's not as close as it would appear to them. Because for me, he's not side to jump yet, but just relatively straight up from him and slightly over to the right from the player in yellow.
Yeah, sure. And I will say that the ball being slightly in the foreground, we're obviously we're putting our crosses, our choices on a 2D picture. So you could sort of spin it a bit and bring it out. Aries is just above yours, really. Okay, thank you. Peter, again, I've highlighted yours. You're now ever so slightly the lowest. I'll magnify and then highlight your cross.
Yeah, I agree with everyone that what's actually been said. I agree with Jenna that I think the ball is closer to the player in red. The fact that the player in yellow is holding the player back. So yes, I agree with Jenna that the ball is closer, and then also cross-reference the eye lines as well, just like Kieran did.
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah, thank you very much. And then Chloe, you're here on just to the left here, sort of bang in the middle, really. How did you see this? Do you see anything different happening, or do you agree with what's said?
No, I think a lot of it's already been said. I think I agree that the ball seems to be dropping in almost sort of directly vertically down, but just slightly off centre to our left. Yeah, it looks like the red's just about to go through the ball. His body's back. It's tensed, so he's just about to go through the header. But yeah, I agree. Obviously, with the sort of everyone seems to be more or less in line in terms of the direction of the ball coming down there.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And Andy, you're just to the right of Chloe's here. I'll magnify yours and then put the magnifier over the top of your choice. Any other thoughts on this? Any other things that you can see that will help us?
Thanks, Matt. Not really. Basically, for me anyway, the guy in red and black is pretty standard for what we're all thinking. Like the ball is literally above him. I feel the ball is dropping into him by the way his arms outstretched, or he feels it is. The guy in yellow, I've actually taken more for the centre of the ball from his eye line because, as most defending players do, he's performing the old hokey chokey on the fella there. His eye line is looking directly at the ball, but what he's doing apart from that is that he's basically offending. So he's hoping that the referee or whoever doesn't see what he's doing there. I'm looking at the ball ref. So I've really taken my main centre of the ball from the guy in yellow, and that gives me my position where I have done there.
Okay, great, thank you. And lastly, Matthew, I've highlighted yours there. You're just to the left of this, the average in here. Have you seen this?
So I agree with everything said for the player in red. Plays centered on him. For the player in yellow, I think his left eye is looking lower than his right eye. So I drew my lines pretty similar to how you've got those red lines on there, and I've just placed the center of the ball in the middle of those two.
Yeah.
So I've played it. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay. So we have this this average here. I'll center over the top of it, and then we have Ari just popping out the top. So what I'd like to do is to go to a vote. If I remove Ari's cross, it just brings the choices completely within to this much small cluster. And what I'd like to check is, I mean, Rogers was ever so slightly higher than Ari's before. But it's really whether Ari gives us a better perspective of the height of the ball above the red player, or with him removed, whether that's a better position for us, really. And obviously, not suggesting Ari is not absolutely critical to this, because, as I said, that the ball is in the foreground. So if we sort of tilted it towards us, the choice is into the 3D. It is only sitting just above Hughes and Kieran's choices. So if we can go to a vote, Kieran first, if I could ask you to vote to whether we remove Ari's choice and drop this average ever so slightly lower to encompass us all, or we keep Ari's choice in, which brings the average slightly higher, with only, with Ari's choice encompassed to just last little bit popping out the top.
Yes, Matt, I think leave Ari in, and my reasoning for that would be a bit like Matthew said. The eyes from the player in yellow seem to be going a different direction. I think it encompasses that it could be a bit higher as well. So that's why I would leave Ari in.
Yep, thank you very much. Hugh?
Yeah, I'd like to see it stay in, and again, it's within the circle of the ball as we've used before.
Thanks. Chloe?
Yeah, I'd be happy to keep Ari in.
Yep. Andy?
I would leave it in.
Yep. Matthew?
Yeah, I'd keep Ari in too.
Yep. Ari?
Yeah, myself in as well.
Good. Roger?
Yes, I will keep Ari in.
Yep. Peter?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, great. And then lastly, Jenna?
Yeah, I'd keep him in.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, everybody. So, Alex, after a good discussion, we've decided to progress forward with the calculated average as shown with Ari's left in and Roger and Jenna's removed. And I must say that Ari's was a full house of everyone agreed that he should be left in. So that's good as well.
Thank you. If you're all happy, then please click submit. Thank you, judges. The selected coordinates are X 2003, Y 920. These coordinates will now be passed to the auditing company assets to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.